Hello everyone, myself Ashrita. I'm here to explain you about the basic string operations and string slicing. Basic string operations, it is the operations that you have performed with the strings so far have primarily involved only input and output. There are many types of programs that not only read strings as input and write strings as output, but also perform operations in strings on strings. And email programs and search engines are other examples of programs that perform operations on strings. Python provides a wide variety of tools and programming techniques that you can use to examine and manipulate strings. Strings word processing programs, for example, manipulate large amount of text and thus work extensively with strings. Accessing the individual characters in a string. So here one of the easiest way to access the individual character in a string. It is used for the loop. So string operators represent the various types of operations that we can employ on the string types of the variables in the program. Moreover, Python let us apply numerous strings operators on the Python string. These are the explained well in the article. This is the example of the accessing the individual character of a string. The main variable references as a string with 6 characters, so this loop will iterate 6 times. The first time of the loop iterate, the ch variable will reference j. The second time, the loop iterates the ch variable with reference u and so forth. Another way that you can access the individual characters in a string is with an index. Each character in a string has an index that so specifies its position in the string. Indexing starts at 0, so that index of the first character is 0 and the index of the second character is 1. And the index of the last character is 1 is less than the number of characters of the string. Indexes for each character in the string roses are red. The string has 13 characters, so the string characters indexes range of 0 to 12. So you can use an index to retrieve a copy of an individual character in a string as shown here. String concatenation. String concatenation, it is a common operation that performed on a string is a concatenation or appending one string to the end of the another string. So string concatenation is a common operation. It involves joining 2 or more strings to create a single new string. So you'll find several tools and techniques for concatenating strings in Python, each with its own pros and cons. The plus operator produces a string that is the combination of the 2 strings used as its operands. Here it gives the line 1 assigns the string Emily to the first name variable. Line 2 assigns the string Jaeger to the last line variable. Line 3 produces a string that is the concatenation of the first name followed by a space followed by the last name. Resulting string is assigned to the full name variable. Line 4 prints the string referenced by the full name. Strings are immutable. So we can see in strings, we can see in Python, strings are immutable, which means once they created, they cannot be changed. Some operations such as concatenation gives the impression that they modify strings, but in reality, they do not. So we can see the differences between the mutable and immutable. Fields can be changed offered by creation. Field after creation. So we can see here in mutable, we can change the things. We can change the, or we can modify the things. In immutable, we no modification. Immutable, immutable, it is there get and set methods. In immutable, there is only get methods, strings, builder, Java, util, and date. In immutable, strings have final and private. String slicing. We can see the string slicing next topic. So we can see here string slicing. It is a slice. It means a part of a thing. Slicing, it means a process of cutting a slice. String slice is a part of a string. And string slicing, it is a grabbing a part of a string. So we can see here, it has two ways to string slicing. Slice method splits the array according to the provided range parameters. Array slicing notation performs the same task. Slice methods but use different notations. In both cases, return values in character range. Every string behaves as a character array whose elements are accessible through indexes. There are two ways to access array elements in Python. Normal indexing, accessing characters from the first to last, it is starting at 0. Negative indexing, access characters in reverse order, starting at -1. So we can see here first method using slice. So here we are having the syntax start, stop, and step. So start, stop, and step. Start, it is defined as first index of the substring you want to grab, and stop, it is the last index of the substring up to which you want to grab, and step, it is the size of the jump you want to take while grabbing the slice. So we can see here the first method. Slice method is a built-in function for extracting the specific string part. Method works on any array like objects such as string, lists, or tuples. Syntax, like I said, we can see here the syntax start, stop, and step. The value of the start is first character in the subsequence. Default value is 0 or none. Stop value is the index of the first character not included in the sequence. Default value is none. Final step is the final step value is the number of characters to skip between the start and stop indices. Default value is 1 or none. Next, method 2 is using array slicing. Python uses the array slicing syntax to perform string and string slicing differently. Array slicing calls the slice method and performs the same task. The syntax for array slicing is also the same syntax: start, stop, and step. These are the methods using the array slicing steps. Coming to the conclusion, it provided a start, stop, and step values. String slicing allows extracting various values from the character array. Slicing is a valuable tool for the Python programmers working with the string data types. Thank you.